Hi everybody, this is your training on our new sound system. There are instructions typed out and attached to both the mixer and the media cart, so I will walk you through each step. Please carefully follow these steps in order. If they're not done in order, loud sounds can result and the system can actually be easily damaged, and it costs a lot of money. First one is to set up the speaker stands where you want them to be. You will take them out of the bag and use the knob to loosen and tighten, and then once you have it at the height you want, you stick the pin in to that hole to make sure that it's secure. The next step is to set the speakers on stands, which may be easier if you stand on a chair or have someone to help you. Make sure you are using the DXR speakers. They have a hole on the bottom. You just set the pole into the hole and then I twist it to make sure that it's totally on. The next thing you will do is to plug the mixer into the outlet and the power strip. So from one of the bins, you find the one marked mixer, that's a black power cord, plug it into the AC. And then in the other bin with the red tag, you get a power strip, plug it in. The next step is to use the long XLR cords to connect the speakers to the mixer. So from one of the milk crates you find an XLR cord marked speaker, plug it into the mix in port, and the other end connects to the mixer. So the left side speaker would be to 15L, and you can leave the rest of the cord coiled up neatly there so you don't have to do all the winding later. Then find the other XLR cord marked speaker, put it into the other DXR speaker where it says mix in, and the other end goes back to the mixer on the 16R. So R is for the right speaker. And you can leave it coiled up so it doesn't get all tangled. Next step is to turn the mixer on the back. It has a very simple switch right there. Then you will plug in the speakers using those black AC cords. So find one that says speaker. There it is. Plug it into the back of the speaker and then to the power strip. And do the same for the other speaker. Then you will turn them on by pressing the button. You'll see all the lights come on the back, and it should be set to 0 on the first line. It should be set to line instead of mic, and the decontour should be set to front of house, FOH. Next, if you're using microphones, which I assume you are, you will find in the bags the mic cables. The first mic cable you plug into input 1, and that will be for the blue microphone, so connect the other side to the blue microphone. If you are using another microphone, it will go into input 2 on the mixer. And that is for the red microphone. You could also do a third microphone into input 3. There is one more microphone in that black case. Then you'll be connecting the iPad or phone or computer. You need to find this cord that has comp for computer written on one side. The other side has a red and a gray, so you match them up with the sticker, and then the black end goes into the computer or iPad. This is what it should look like on the back. So you have the microphones plugged into input 1 and 2 on the far right side. The computer is plugged into the ST in the middle, and the speakers are plugged in on the left side to 15 and 16. Now that everything is set up, you will look at the mixer and press the A button, which has assembly written by it. That will automatically put the first 3 as microphones. The slider switch is where you adjust the volume for each of the microphones, and the red switch on the far right is the master volume, so it will control all of the volume. Up on the top left, where it says computer STN, that knob will change the volume of the music playing from your computer. The fader bank should always be set to input 1, so do not ever change that. At this point, you would turn on the switch on each microphone and test it, set the level that you think you will need, and test out your music input. Then when everything is set, I would recommend that you cover the mixer with the red blanket that is stored beneath the mixer so that no students or even adults are changing the settings during your event. After your event, it is very important to take down and put away everything exactly as you found it so it will be ready for the next event. The first step is to turn off the speakers by pressing the button on the back. You will see the lights go off. Then you can turn off the mixer on the back with the switch. Then you will disconnect all the XLR and power cables. It is very important to wind and bind the cables. It can take 15 minutes to untangle one single cord. And if you happen to be doing the next event, you don't want to waste your time doing that. Each cord has a Velcro tie that you can use to bind it already attached. For the microphone, the first thing you do is run it through your hand to get out any knots and any twisties, because it can get curly. Then once you've run the whole thing through, make a small loop and keep making that loop. If it tries to turn a different way, twist it or run it through your hand again to get that out. It takes a little while and it takes some practice sometimes, but it is worth it to do it right because it will save you time later. Make sure you bind it up so it does not become a mess. If it is a microphone cord, it goes back into a bag. The power strips even have something to bind them. Then you place all the cords into their milk crates, either the green crate or the red crate, and put the microphones back into the hard case. Then you cover the mixer with the hard cover. Right now it is not set on its rails, so do not try to put the cover on totally. Make sure everything is disconnected before you put the cover on, and then just set it gently on top. Don't try to snap it. Then you take the speakers off their stands and collapse the stands, putting them back into their bag. Then you return it to storage after you've put everything back on the cart. At this point, you will be done. Your event will have been wonderful and you will have left our equipment functioning properly and ready for the next event. Thank you.